Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lysia Sri Rahayu. Today, I will introduce you about language in communication. So, language is a system of arbitrary vocal symbols used for human communication. Therefore, language can be used to communicate with other stroke symbols and sounds. Many languages, including the most widely spoken, have a writing system that allows recorded sounds or alerts to be retrieved later. Language in communication is divided into two aspects. There are non-linguistic human communication and animal communication. First, non-linguistic human communication is communication without words or not using words, but gesture, body language, facial expressions, and eye contact. The use of clothing, hairstyles, symbols, and ways of speaking, intonation, emphasis, voice quality, emotional styles, and speaking style also include nonverbal communication. Non-linguistic human communication is divided into three. There are first, paralanguage, second, kinesthetic, and the third, proxemic. Paralanguage is the non-phonic properties of speech that people use to inflect the meanings of their verbal language, speaking faster, using a lower tone of voice, raising the pitch of your voice at the end of a sentence are all examples of paralanguage. Kinesthetic is the study of physical movements during reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Again, the correct usage of gesture must be learned, and like linguistic usage, they vary widely among cultures and within cultures. For instance, in North American culture, we have our hand up and down to agree and these ways to disagree. In Japan, people bow their shoulders to respect someone or when they meet someone. And in Indonesian, when people meet someone, they kiss the right and lip cheek. In short, posture, gesture, and physical expression are other ways to communicate with other people. Proxemic is about one of nonverbal communication among people affected by distance. Those distance can be public, social, personal, and intimate distance. Public distance takes about 25 feet, even more. For instance, the interaction are talking short in the mall or passing someone in the grocery store. Spatial space takes about 5 until 10 feet away from you. For instance, the interaction are meeting someone new or someone who is not well known to you. Second, animals communication. Animal communication is a great deal of myth concerning communication between animals and between human beings and animals. One fruitful area of investigation would be interspecies communication. Besides interspecies, another area of potential interest is in-species communication. Particularly since recently ambitious attempts have been made to teach some part of human language to chimpanzees raised either alongside human children or in specially designed environments. Animal communication is divided into two. There are interspecies communication and interspecies communication. Interspecies communication is the call system used by gibbons and dolphins. The result shows that gibbons employ a small set of calls for various purposes. The calls allow gibbons to communicate certain facts about the location of food, danger, and so on, and also to by keep in touch in order as a group work its way through dance. Dolphins have a still more sophisticated call system. Interspecies communication is that the animal communication occurs within different species. Animals can compete for resources between individuals of different species. The earliest experiments which attempt to attach language to chimpanzees used by the colleagues and the Hayes with Kua and Vicky respectively did indeed attempt to teach the animal to speak, but to little effect. Thank you for great attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.